and we'll roll the old printing press along. We'll roll the old printing press along. We'll roll the old printing press along, and we'll all hang out in kind. Howdy, folks, it's Johan, your favorite little ink blob, back at it today with a continuation of Celeste 7C. And yes, I suppose, late Han, I got started a bit late, but we are here. We are here, and we are journeying. Welcome in, everyone. And sorry to hear that stream was Rage Quit Ollie, but I'm glad that I hope it was kind of fun chaos for a bit. I know, 3 seconds. I should actually slightly adjust that timer because what I've just done is basically, when it hits 0, I wait until that cycle finishes. So I should really just change the time. But we're here, we're cruising. I am. Whew. Oh god, we're gonna have to get this back brain working. But man, I think I said end of Monday stream that I had interviews Wednesday. We need to see how stuff was. Little did I know that evening I would get a call about a second interview that also got scheduled for today. So I am mentally toasty. But we're cruising. Cried a few times because of frustration and sweet Pokemon. It wouldn't work for an hour. Oh, wait. When you say sweet Pokemon, like you got cute Pokemon, or also, hey, Nobo, I saw that you also did a stream, which is super exciting. Wish that I did not have to interview so I could have caught it, but that's fun. And also, I need to take a look. I saw that you commented something about the apple on the Little to the Left video from yesterday. I need to look at that because I still don't fully understand what happened, so I'm curious. Mentally toasty is a great phrase, isn't it? I mean, does that not describe when your brain just starts overheating and you're like, look, man, there's probably some char, but we'll try and scrape it off and keep moving. It's backwards of how it was in the PC. Oh, gotcha. Good to see I got him before Johan died today. Indeed, Tiziel. No, you're catching us kind of right at the start. We've got a good 2-ish hours ahead of us. Timer on the left about 7C or just this room? It is about 7C. I do think that most of that is this room, though. I don't know if we've got a way to check the splits, but if I remember correctly, I think we got into this room when the timer was at like 6 minutes, so... yeah, this room is brutal. When I rotate it, happened to align perfectly. Gotcha. Also, discovered something funny in Baba. So in the editor, you can change the properties of some of the words, like changing a noun to a property. So I changed the property of a number to a noun, and nothing really happens, but if you call the number itself 1, it acts as a piece of text that refers to itself. Ah! The Ouroboros of Baba. Fun. That's fair, this room took you 3 hours. Oh dear god. Well, hey! So, as long as I beat it before the end of stream. Finally got it to work, but then I got frustrated because of creepers and stuff, so I'll be doing boring peaceful mode next time. Oh, doing Minecraft? Just want to see oh, are you doing Pokecraft? 8% is just isn't that, I feel like that's kind of like what the Seasides do, right? Is you've got 2 rooms that are like maybe a little tough, but ultimately it's really just the final room that's there to really get you. Main thing is though, I could do it again in 20 minutes. No, absolutely. I think I feel like I learned that pretty well with Jump King and platformers, because I still forget the exact numbers, but it was basically about 50 hours for the first success, and then did it in 50 minutes right after. Like, once you build that muscle memory, it gets way easier. Got books today. Neighbor wanted to drop off stuff at the thrift store, but let you browse through first. Oh, that's super sweet. Boop. Cobblemon, this mod is called. Gotcha. Aw. Now I'm picturing a little cobblestone Geodude. No. Yeah, acquiring books is always nice. I have not purchased books for myself in quite a while, but I think I've mentioned I've been trying to, like, check stuff out, through my libraries, like digital stuff. And that reminds me, I started working on, Quote Pilgrim was asking for, book recommendations, and I need to finish writing that list. Boop, boop, boop. so happens that if you do this, Baba says, me no likey, and a lot of weird stuff starts happening with that piece of text, so now I'm turning that into a level pack. Aha! Maybe get some levels from Robert and want to make a level pack because it can probably be used in a lot of ways, but also Baba dislikes it so much that you don't... Oh, it just doesn't upload. Goodness. Or from some family and friends that have a spare washing machine. So free washing machine? Yo! Score! That's awesome. No, that's, a family friend's, family friends had a mini fridge that they weren't using and just kind of wanted out of their house. I'm like, A, that could be great for when I do end up moving out, but B, for like dealing with quarantines, being able to actually like keep some protein in my room. Like, it's a mini fridge that actually fits and runs out of a socket, so that I can actually like have something that doesn't come out of a foil package for those 2 weeks. Fantastic. It has genuinely significantly improved the times where I am having to go into quarantine. It says incompatible level. Fascinating. Well, we do indeed love breaking games so much that they just say, ha 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 ha, no. Watching a YouTuber, and each time I see a new video from her, she has acquired more jelly cats, crazy expensive small teddy bear cuddle things, and different... Aw. That's cute. I don't have a whole lot of stuffed animals, but I have, like, when I was younger, I had a lot of stuffed animals. I actually, maybe slightly embarrassingly, slept with stuffed animals until I was, like, probably 8 or 9. Which I don't think... That's not embarrassing to me for... I don't find that embarrassing in other people, I just find it embarrassing in me. But I eventually went, these are like really nice treasured possessions. I don't want to like keep crushing and potentially damaging them, so I've put them in storage, but I still try and let them out sometimes because I, like a perfectly normal human, humanize inanimate objects and want to make sure that they're breathing okay and get to stretch sometimes. Until you're 13, perfect. 19 or 20, now you have a dog, hell yeah. Well, that's what I'm actually, I kind of want to like get some stuffies that I'm like less emotionally attached to. I'm not like, this is literally the oldest possession that I have, this has been with me since like the day I was born, that I can like feel more comfortable having around, because I don't know, it's like, it's pleasant. I think it's nice to have something there so that I really like sleeping on the couch sometimes instead of my room. I suspect part of that is just like, I didn't used to like doing that, but after being quarantined in my room and having that be like a much more restrictive thing, I think it's been a lot nicer to sleep on the couch sometimes. And bonus, our couch has these like really big, really nice cushions that are great for basically being like a kind of like full body pillow that you can just bear hug around, and it's great. Fall asleep cuddling your dog. Adorable! So you're less sad now, mostly because I did perhaps something terrible and people went, Nobo, you're not fine, and now, I'm just not doing the finals, I'm 100% getting held back, but I don't care. Hey, I'm sorry that some stuff is not going great, but I am glad that you're getting, it sounds like, some more help, and are in a good position, because, yeah, like, that's not the end of the world. You will find a way forward, and that's awesome. So yay, hang along with the feeling of hopelessness or something like that. Exactly. Because it's not really hopeless. There is... I was just talking to a friend of how I think a lot of times when people are getting to a really bad point, in my personal experience and talking to friends, a lot of times it's either because they are so anxious that things just ramp up to a point where it's really hard to see the next step, or you are just kind of, you have enough stuff going on that you kind of get locked into not seeing a next step. But it's amazing how often there is one. When I was a kid, I used to, once a month, get all my stuffed animals in my bed once and pretend we were throwing a party. Oh, that's super awesome. Oh, that's so good. Party time with the buds. Boop. Oh, almost had it. Have so many stuffed animals and they're collecting dust on the side of your bed. It's sad, but I'm at a point in life where I don't want a lot of stuff on your bed. I think that's fair. That's, you know, it varies. I would like to integrate a bit more, but I'm the type of person, I have I have the fitted sheet, I've got a normal sheet, and I've got a blanket on it, and that's about all I can tolerate. I do use 2 pillows because I am a side sleeper and I like the extra support, but I probably should actually get a new pillow that has a bit more stiffness. This room, the room, yes. Skin picking, I'm sorry. I do not have anything quite like that, but I think I've mentioned that I am a chronic nail biter, and I got way better with it through like just willpower for a while, and then started like painting my nails to help with that. But past couple of months, I've I slacked on painting my nails, and it started getting bad again. So freshly painted, just a clear coat, but might want to pick up a new color and have something fun. But I don't know. When trying to make good first impressions for a bunch of interviews and not knowing what the folks are like, I'm figuring it might be smart to hold off at least until I get offered the new position before painting my nails. Saw a clip recently of Celeste, the part where you carry Crystal Theo and the person playing each time they died just pretended to forget last attempt, so it looked like a time loop. Oh goodness. Yeah, just stop skin picking, it's silly. Yeah. No, it is often tough when you have habits or compulsions like that to break that cycle and like, just stop it. But also, but how? I see Pink Floyd is finally officially releasing the 1972 Pompeii concert audio. I did not. I will have to take a look at that and also text my dad. That's insane. That's super cool. Wow. Like I'm usually not super big on I don't watch a lot of like live concert recordings, but when there's some stuff like that that's just like neat and historic, that's so cool. Have the bootleg record, but they finally made an official one. Yo! That's so good. Whoa! Oh, no! That's super cool. I mean, playing in cool historic places. I mean, one of my favorite. I really enjoy sometimes going back and watching some of the footage from when they brought in a bunch of different artists and performed the wall at and on the Berlin Wall. Like, wow. That's talk about a great moment in history. Also, not really a concert. There was no audience. Just a live jam session. I think I've seen a little bit of that. I think I've seen the like setup. But I don't know. I don't know if I actually associated with it. I don't know if I actually recognized that was Pompeii, or I have a strong mental image of Pink Floyd setting up in like a big amphitheater with what looks like Roman architecture. Roger Waters' The Wall in 1990. Yeah. New Robert Lord just dropped? Wait, what? Robert in Discord is called, in some servers, Shake's Stickbug Pet. I'm also seeing Shake's wife. I'm so confused. Huh. Who is this Shake? But no, that's like, again, I'm not usually super huge on live recordings, but there are some that like are just super special to me. There's one I think I've talked about before, but Neutral Milk Hotel's Holland 1945, I love as a song. And part of what made me fall in love with it quite so much was there's a lovely little recording on YouTube of just a bunch of folks by a riverbank who are just playing. Oh no! Yeah, and they're just playing it next to some unknown piece of military equipment on display, and it's just people hanging out. It's this little slice of life, and I love it so dearly. Yeah. That was the Celeste thing in video games? Okay. But yeah, I really love that. There's a really charming recording of. Oh, the time loop one. Okay, yeah. I will check that out after stream. But there's a really lovely recording of oh, what's it called? I took a stroll down the old long walk of a day. Hey, I met a girl. Galway Girl. There we go. There's a lovely little recording of a couple of Irish trad musicians in an airport. The flight got delayed and they busted out their instruments and started playing Galway Girl, and the recording picks up like halfway through, and they've got a whole bunch of folks singing along because just people know it. And it's like, man, that's the kind of human connection I just adore. Boop. Oh, you're seeing your favorite artist on the 11th of March. Taemin. Nice. Exciting. I assume is going on tour rather than you going to Korea. As soon as I said Neutral Milk Hotel, you're like, that one. Yep. That's always a good sign, right? Started singing, I was like, huh, break already. Definitely. No, yeah, I really like the Galway Girl one, and man, I think I've only watched it like twice. I don't know if I could find it again, but there was a really neat video of two like Hasidic Jewish rabbis on the streets of Israel singing Wish You Were Here. And it was, you could tell it was a night of a full moon because it's dark, it's nighttime, but it's got that like natural moonlight to it, and it's just this, the way they're singing it, I don't know if you've ever heard people singing in a language that they aren't familiar with that language, but like, I don't know, there's a certain quality to how people say words where it's like, they're uncertain and they are mimicking the words rather than speaking or singing them. There's not the like understanding behind them, but they're still obviously important. And man, that I love that. Music as a universal language and all that, right? Super cool. One of my favorite university memories is me and two friends coming back from a long day and the train being delayed for an hour. One friend had a guitar and we started playing Queen songs and got the train singing. I know that a lot of people have been like, oh, you know, don't be so like disruptive in public, but like, I don't know, man. Humans are by and large social creatures, and a public space is a public space, right? Like, that's, I don't know. I am thoroughly of the opinion that is, even if I'm not feeling it on a day, I'd rather people have that experience, have that community. Gonna cry a lot at the concert. He has a very good voice. Oh, nice. He's coming here to the Netherlands. Sick. Super exciting. I had a couple of friends trying to expose me to some more like rap, because I know that there's a lot of modern artists these days that their style is rap, and that's where a lot of musical innovation is happening. It's just never been a style that I've been super into, but trying to pick some stuff up. Heard some good stuff. We'll see if I can pick up some more threads, but it's one of those things where it's like I'm always game to listen to music. I just oftentimes it won't necessarily click with me, but I can still respect and appreciate it. It's funny, a number of them, while very musically different from ABBA, I'm like, this makes me think of ABBA in that I can tell that there is a lot of there is skill and they're good at what they're doing. It's just not for me. A nice tier ticket, but we'll be standing alone. How sad will it be when you cry alone? Nah, I am sure that there will be other people who are emotionally moved. That's talking about like community and music. For a very long time, I still think this holds true, but the closest thing I've ever had to a sort of like, I don't go to church, I'm not super religious, but I've got a number of friends who are and have talked about some, like, the feeling they get from that community. And I think the closest I have ever come to having that sensation was the couple of times I was at Judas Priest concerts. Because specifically the moment where they typically, so you've got the opening act, which was oftentimes interesting, and then you've got the intermission before Judas Priest actually comes out on stage. And typically you can tell that Judas Priest is about to come out because they'll start playing War Pigs by Black Sabbath. And everyone knows that. And they start singing and trying to like draw folks out on stage. Yeah, breaking the law, breaking the law. but it's the energy of a few thousand people all singing the same thing, kind of willing and trying to summon the folks out onto the stage. Just the energy of that crowd, I think, is the closest I've ever gotten to that feeling, and I love it so much. I look forward to the day when I can go back to another live concert. Because I did see Miku relatively recently, which was super fun because it was a friend who had always really wanted to see a Miku concert, like since they were very young, and I was like, huh, there's a Miku concert happening near them. Let's make this work. And we did, and that was super cool. It was super fun. You know, we brought the glow sticks and everything. Even if you don't know the music, yeah, no, I have not listened to a lot of it. They gave me some playlists to listen to, and I there were a couple of ones that I picked up on. Like, turns out I'm a really big fan of Unknown Mother Goose, just because, like, not that I do not understand Japanese anywhere or near well enough to like really get that song, but looking at some of the English translations and people discussing it, like, what a fantastic piece of art about kind of the unique aspect of Vocaloid, because very roughly, as I understand it, the song is about, it's made by Wilwaka, I think, who I believe is I believe Brain. I believe Wilwaka is dead. But oh hey, welcome in, Essie. How goes? Man, I am not used to you being yellow. Davimi. Yeah, but so I believe Wilwaka is passed, but the song is about kind of the very interesting aspect of being someone. Ah, man, I need to run further to the right there, I think. Of being someone who is producing Vocaloid music, and the fact that you are the artist behind it, but oftentimes when people are like reposting it and doing stuff with it, they attribute the creative work to the Vocaloid, which is the instrument. It would be like saying, ah, I love that song by lead singer, or I love that song by guitarist. Which, a very interesting thing I hadn't considered. Hardest jump for you to get consistent? Oh dear God. So I haven't gotten accustomed to being gold. You wake up, you look at yourself, and I go, I'm made of metal, why? What has happened? Changed my name so people wouldn't call me Stories anymore. One guy here now calls me Alibi. Alibi. Love the song by Synth. Yeah, no, exactly. So as I really enjoyed that song, so I was super excited when that got played in the set. But yeah, it was a really neat experience. Very different kind of energy, because like a lot of the concerts I've gone to were like rock and metal, and which I want to say usually amazing, super positive atmospheres. But it, you know, there I don't know, there's just sort of, there's a lot of like vitality and energy to it, whereas the Miku concert, there was a lot of energy, but there's also a lot of, ooh, no, okay, but dashing, that's what I was missing. Miku, ooh-wee-oo. I don't know, I guess there's just sort of a little more, it felt a little bit, I guess, like, I've never actually been to a showing of the Rocky Horror Picture Show where people were doing like full audience participation, but I imagine that it would be similar to showing up and thinking that you were like just going to see the movie and going, what in the world is going on? Yes, Rocky Horror mentions. Because yeah, there's just, I don't know, there's a lot of like things which you can mostly pick up on, but it's still, it's a much more, I guess, structured energy rather than just like a whole bunch of people with different stories for why they like the music, enjoying it in their own ways. Aren't you a virtual humanoid that sometimes sings? Yes, so a voice synth, maybe, except I guess I am a wait, no, Johan is not a human. But remember, Vocaloid is specifically a brand, and so is Utaoloid. Kexaoct. Human-like. Humanoid. Wait, So are we just saying that humans singing now, we call them humanoid rather than vocaloid? Vocalesque. Big man Blastoise. You love your Blastoise. Vocalish. See, that just sounds like a Pokemon. Instead of Vanillish, it's Vocalish. It's just like, look man, we need like the 160th for this gen. Can we just like take Vanillish and mix it with Whismur and call it a day? Great, awesome. Man, I don't understand what's going on with Pokemon anymore. I have been out of it for so long. My mom still plays Pokemon Go, and I've got a couple of friends that, have, like, tried doing, kind of who's that Pokemon stuff with me. And the other day, my mom was, like, talking about, apparently, like, the current Pokemon Go raids, there's a lot of stuff about, like, Kyurem, and, like, Kyurem Black and White, which Black and White were, like, the last games I played. And it finally occurred to me, I'm like, I don't know. I think that was the first game where you had, like, weird, like, fusions and being able to switch the Pokemon, like, between states actively, rather than it being, like, alternate evolutions? Is that where it's all started going downhill? Where I started getting confused and becoming a crotchety old man? Going, gosh darn Mega Evolutions! Get off my lawn! What's this Giga Overload drive or whatever? Nope, too far. No! Vocaloid, Hatsune Miku on the Crypt. Oh, Crypt and the Necrodancer? I think I have seen stuff about the Miku crossover there. I did enjoy the Miku crossover with Magic. Despite being someone who will complain endlessly about Universes Beyond, I'm always fine with, like, the cute little arts. Official DLC is epic. Sick. Boop. Boop. I just hit the jump button. Miku is broken, so it balances my lack of skill. Hell yeah. Started playing Balatro a while ago, big mistake. Oh, Balatro's so good. I haven't actually touched Balatro in a little while. Probably a couple months. So I should see what all has been updated, but man, sucker for a good roguelike. Boop. Boop, boop. Boop. I haven't even done like a Slay the Spire run in forever. I did, I was doing a bit of, the Hearthstone, roguelike dungeon runs a while. I myself am not currently playing Balatro because my charger got fried. I see, the only reason. And thank you for the hydrate. Howdy, Robert. Boop. Boing. But, you know, yeah, charger being fried is a good reason to not do something. Unfortunate, though. Whoa. Whoa. Aw. No. Hello, shakes his stick bug. Uh-oh. The lore. Boing. No. So I went to the library today. Oh, nice. Got a kid's book about Greek god stories, so it's not difficult to understand. Hell yeah. I think my favorite sort of like kid-oriented mythology books, I think Dolores, like Dolores' book of Norse mythology and Greek mythology were both really good and very formative to my childhood. Hey, welcome in, Robert. Bump, 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 and uno, da uno. Boop. Spikes? What are those? Oh yeah, the reason why I got Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip was because I played the game that the same developer did before that one. Ah, Whoopo. Really like the game. It's really good. I should replay it sometime. I remember it has this giant puzzle right at the end that's genuinely insane. Oh, nice. Sick. That's always good when it's always fun when there's a game where you're like, oh my god, more from the developer. Two ones that I need to... So, okay. I'm still trying to figure out... I'm trying to create, like, a good, sustainable schedule for me doing pre-records, because I'm finding... Man, even with the pre-records, I'm having a tough time just like finding the time when I'm getting like super busy. Because it takes energy. And sometimes I'm like, I need to just do something where I am not interacting with humans. But two games that I'm super interested at some point. At some point I should go back and replay Journey. And Journey, the developers of that have a really cool game called Sky Children of Light, which used to be just on mobile, but I believe is now on PC. And I really want to explore that more because they do gorgeous art and it just has impeccable vibes. And the other one is, Tim mentioned the personality test game, Refine Self, which I need to do another run. I may do my second run today. I keep meaning to. I also need to keep doing Nier and a number of other ones, but a friend was texting me the other day, just like, oh, saw this cool game thing that you might like, and I think it's called like 7 Days with You. I'm like, wow, this looks like kind of similar vibes to Refine Self, which fantastic, love that. And it's a like language solving puzzle without confirmation, so kind of like Chants of Snar, but also like kind of with that like lack of notebook like we had talked about. And it's the same developer. And oh my god, I am so hyped for that. So yeah. Am I playing with controller? I am playing with controller. I know, Sky. I used to have like 7 jumps. Oh, nice. Downloaded it yesterday since you saw it on Steam. That's awesome. Yeah, I played it only a little bit and it was making my old phone toasty, so I didn't get too far, but I'm like, Journey was so fantastic. Sky looks gorgeous too. Didn't get a lot of reading in today. The dad had heart problems again, so Ambulance Man was here for a while. If Dad's okay though, hey, glad the dad is okay. That sounds spooky. Sorry that was happening, but glad he be all right. Whoop. Recommend Babel by Babel by R.F. Kwong if you're interested in language and social questions, but wrapped in nice and exciting story. Yeah, you were talking about the other day, and that's I will absolutely check that out. Because I just finished Brave New World as an audiobook, and I should be getting Earth Abides here in like 3 weeks. So I'm currently filling the gap with listening to some more of the Magnus archives, so that I don't accidentally like get another book and have to bump the hold again, because I had finished Stand on Zanzibar, and I'm like, oh, okay, I need to get another book. And I went, oh, Brave New World, that's got no holds. Picked that up, and then literally 2 days later, it was like, oh, hey, Earth Abides is ready. I'm like, I'm not ready now. Hey, welcome in, Marcus. How goes? Secret that unlocks a setting that allows for 360-degree dashes? Damn, that's like enough to bake shortbread with. Oh, wait, you mean, you mean distance or angle. Boop. Well, hey, when we've completed the like actual levels and we're doing Celeste nut, that might be a fun thing to plink around with. Oh god, man, I was feeling good, like, oh hey, we made it back to the little Wounce area, and we've gotten there a couple of times so far, but we haven't managed to actually properly Wounce. I don't know, but there are 360 radians in a circle, but Nova would correct me because there was a degree. Yes. Can you believe it, guys? Lingo 2 just a week. Oh god, yeah, I hadn't even been thinking about that. I still haven't played the demo, and I desperately need to. Maybe that's what I'll do today. Part of my problem, I think I also need to be better about, like, every time I sit down to, like, record something, I'm like, oh, but maybe I can, like, record 2 things. I'm like, I need to just remember, I'm sitting down to play a game, have some fun, just like I am a stream. No pressure, have fun, and post it. Rather than, but what if I did everything? Haven't played Lingo 1 yet. Well, chop chop. It sounds like Lingo 2 is going to have some tweaks to it. So it's like, you still have all of Lingo 1 to enjoy, and you'll have a really cool iteration on some of the concepts in Lingo 2. I'm scared. What if I'm not good? I wasn't good. Like, I was good at some of the puzzles, but there were a lot where you probably would not have solved them without chat's help and such. So, like, you know, just sit down, have some fun with it, even if you aren't good at it. That's okay. Find what lets you have fun with it. And worst comes to worst, if you don't have fun with it, that's all right. No! Look at you, Barry Go. Found out the creators of one of my favorite horror games, Franbo, made another game called Little Misfortune. Oh my god, yes! I have not played either of those, but I have, I remember watching Jacksepticeye play those. Which, Little Misfortune is a comedic masterpiece. Yeah, I have that sensation from my memories of that. I'm trying to remember, what was the one I picked up? I picked up Sally Face, that was it, which I think of from like a similar era. But yeah, no, that's awesome. From what I remember of it, it is fantastic humor. Sounds like that's being corroborated. Highly recommend. Rambo and Sally Face are similar. That's the impression I got. I remember them being kind of from the same era, and a lot of people who liked one liking the other. Gotta dip my toe in. I've also got a couple of other RPG Maker horror games that I picked up, like Witch's House and Mad Doctor. And I did finally pick up Ebe, but I need to give that some space because I recently watched a friend replay through that, so I need to forget it again. Hey, welcome in, Electrode. How goes 7C? You know, a little tough, not making a whole lot of progress, but we're vibing. We're building that muscle memory. We're getting close and kissing the Wounce, just not quite making it work, so we'll get there. Dipping a toe in cheese. You know, I am sure there are more texturally upsetting things to dip your toe into. Plus, it depends on the cheese, right? Like, some sort of terrible cafeteria, like, cheese sauce? Like, that depends on how fresh it is and such. Stream 2 days in a row, what the heck? Hey! That is quite literally more than me recently. I don't think I've done two stream days in a row in quite some time. Look at you go. Whoa. Whoa. No. No. Yeah, but still. Like, in a lot of ways. The streaming that I used to do where I had like fixed schedule, I'm doing it every day. Like, that's one thing, right? You get a schedule going, you get a bit of a rhythm. But I think, especially like when you don't have a super fixed schedule, just like learning how to go, all right, I've got some time, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna turn on the camera, or at least the game capture, and go. It's a skill. It's a thing you learn. Really wanted to stream Cobblemon. Good motivation. Yeah, that's the other thing, is just finding things that you're looking forward to whenever you stream. Boop. Because ultimately, it's a for-fun hobby. Boop. Problem with streaming whenever is not being prepared. Yes, but in fairness, Carsey, when have I ever been prepared? I'm getting into a routine where I have time to sit down in the evening, and either it's watching YouTube or stream. Nice! Hell yeah! Carsey bombastic side-eye. But see, again, sometimes, like, that's its own thing, right? Learning how to improv and just kind of go with the flow. Sometimes, you try and start streaming, and it turns out that your Twitch chat just isn't working because of some sort of major outage, so you instead code up Johan chat and start playing Universal Paperclips and start chatting about the nature of communism and capitalism. You know? Going with the flow. Helped you because you struggled for over an hour to stream Cobblemon. Gotcha. I see. I see. Is this like a Johan reference? What, you think that the Johan chat might possibly be a Johan reference? Oh dear. I'm sure everyone heard the email noise. We will check that later. There is a... Man, so... Thing that's a little unsettling about having a whole bunch of, like, interviews going, aside from just, like, the scheduling nightmare that can be, is when you're getting official... Ooh! No, I need to commit to that and then drift back. I was thinking maybe going under, but that was not it. Maybe could have gone under, but I dashed too much. It's a little nerve-wracking. Also, that was new PB, so woohoo! But it's a little nerve-wracking when you get communications from the folks you're interviewing with, because it's like, oh, is this about, like, another follow-up interview? Is this, like, about the position? Or... a new PB run. It wasn't that much, but we finally achieved the Wounce. So, welcome in, Pug. You're a good luck charm, I guess. Hello, TOS Cat. Didn't expect that one now, did you? Dun dun dun. How the turns table. You played Universal Paperclips while talking about capitalism? Yes. There was the day where Streamlabs was down. So we took a little time, talked about how we made the Twitch chat that we did the CSS for the new and horrific yellow on black one, and then played Universal Paperclips and just kind of chatted and started talking economic systems. No longer going outside today? I mean, hey, the origin of chat, Han. Yes. I did see, I did like the lovely little, happy Sandsversary. Walk outside for like 8 minutes and, looks like I took a shower. It is not rainy. Ah, yeah. I did. I gave it a little heart. I get notifications for comments. But no, I kind of feel that. I've been trying to get back into walking more. I actually just went on a lovely walk with a friend. I meant it's so rainy. Oh, okay, rather than it's not rainy. Because I was going to say, after I took a break from doing a whole lot of physical exercise, I remember going for what used to be a normal walk that I could do just fine and going, wow, it's not raining, but I sure as hell look like I've just been rained on. Sometimes you gotta build that endurance back up. Bought 2 rose climbing bushes today. Oh, okay. Thought your dad might be mad because they need to be immediately put into the ground. Turns out he even wants another one for the other side of the shed. Aw, cute. No, no, not the multiple emails. I'm even more spooked. Ah! Hold up. Okay, I'm going to be anxious about this. One moment. We're blanking it. You'll get to hear my audio reaction if I'm screaming or not. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, phew. Okay. Yes, this is just confirming an interview for tomorrow. All right. Bam bam. Okay. Phew. Sorry, I was just going to be I was going to be panicked. That email was you? I've been tricked. No, and I'm sorry. That's, hopefully it's clear, what I'm saying, because I know I hate when I, like, hear a Discord notification or something that goes unacknowledged in a YouTube video. I'm like, was that mine? Huh? But yes, no, that's, Johan getting rained. Yeah, no, that's, I've got, so basically, I applied to 4 different new library positions that are all more like customer service oriented, and 3 of them are basically jumping up kind of 2 rungs on the ladder, air quotes, and would be giving me like more leeway in helping people with like research and doing like children's programming and stuff like that. I did not expect to even get an interview for those like 3 sort of jumping over. I've gotten a screening interview for all of them, which is pretty neat, which means that I at least didn't fall at the hurdle of answering the questions for filling out the application. We'll see how the interviews went. I think they went good, but stressful. And I'm also waiting to hear back on the job that I was interviewing for last week, which is probably a more reasonable jump to make, but dunno. So just all emails, I just am like, ugh, terrifying. But yeah, I thought you got an email. Sorry. Dad is the dad that talks about how silly I am for buying stuff, but then accepting it helps find places for it to go. Aw, that's sweet. Kind of, I've seen that happen a lot with like dads being like, oh, I don't know, like I don't know if we want to like have to take care of a dog and it's another mouth to feed, and then like 2 weeks later they are inseparable, sleeping on the couch, cuddling, and it's like, don't you dare take this dog away from that man. It's too cute. Boop. It's the people that are always like maybe like a little, I don't know if it's necessarily grumpy, but people who are always like a little closed or like not super expressive, but then you're finding ways where like they do express themselves is always just like the most heart-melty thing. For a second I thought, why would someone send you an email at 11 p.m? I mean, I've gotten emails at 11 p.m. I do a fair bit of volunteer work, which is like, I don't know, sometimes I get an email at like midnight saying like, hey, do you want to like work on this this website update? I'm like, not tonight, but bet. Or sometimes, yeah, I'm gonna be up till 4, I'll work on it. But yes, no, it is not 11 p.m. for me. But yeah, no, I've got a couple of friends that are kind of like that, where it's just like, they will not be super expressive, but then you'll like say something to them or give them something that's just thoughtful, and they crumble a little, and you're like, wahahaha, I have inflicted torture via kindness, and it's adorable. I'll be up until 4 a.m. either way, this is just an excuse. Exactly! Now I'm being productive! Air quotes. God, no. The number of times where I've been up at like 4 trying to like troubleshoot a weird bit of CSS on one of the websites I'm helping out with, and it's just like, WordPress? Why do you not have good carousel sliders that I don't have to like pay large quantities of money for? Because I'm not paying for it as a volunteer, and the folks that I'm working on it for are trying to do it as cheaply as possible. At some point, maybe I should just try and code my own, but I'm not super great with PHP webhooks. I did though, actually. When it comes to PHP, I'm not super great with it. I have not built a lot of programs with it, but I've gotten good enough to do the like little tweaks to do horrible, god-awful things to like WordPress plugins. Yeah, no, it's goofy the things you can get away with. Started 9D, and yeah, it's difficult. I can imagine. I'm still utterly terrified of 9A, so 9D. Goodness gracious. Ah! And if I'm still struggling on 7C. Like, I know you said that you thought I might have a chance to beat 9A before you get through 9D, and from what you said, maybe, but I'm certainly not given the best showing I could. Also, let's just double check. So, we get through all of that, we Wounce, we get there, and then, like, yeah, there's still not, that's not gonna be checkpointed. Dear God. Yeah, the start of 90. Oh no, I know. But still, like, this, having to get through this, having to get through all of 8C and 9A, which is notoriously long. Like, haven't gotten to the funny where things get even more difficult. Okay. We'll see. We'll see. Ah! And then I do that. Wounce is a good word, isn't it? It's very, very lovely and goofy. Blah. It's like bounce. I also really like pounce. I think ounce is just kind of a very good thing to say. Maybe that's why people like imperial units of weight. They just want to say ounce sometimes. Which I've still never understood fully why it's abbreviated as OZ. Accidentally banged the door while your dad is asleep and my back hurts from bumping against it. Aw. Whoops. Oh my god. Up to the right. Up and to the right. Ounce. But that's not how it's spelled. What? Does help that I like Chapter 9 mechanics a lot, but I will not say anything more than that because spoilers. Fair enough. Appreciated. Yes, it is. Check your dictionary. I suppose I should check for the word gullible while I'm at it. 90 is just too long. And people were already saying that normal farewell was friggin' long. Ah, no! No, I shouldn't also be checking for gullible. Should I be checking for foolish? Isn't 90 like 3 times the length? Ugh. Ugh. That seems unconscionable. Ounds. I'm so afraid. Because that is showing an actual link. So that's not just doing a... That's not just doing a inspect element. Wait, what? It does do a redirect? Huh. Fascinating. Oh no, no, no. I typed it into Google to see. So it's a redirect link. Fascinating. I am intrigued. Etymology. Ounce derives from the ancient Roman uncia, meaning a 12th, a unit in the ancient Roman units of measurement. Wait, but doesn't it mean... Aren't there 16 ounces in a pound now? So what? Huh? Avoir deux poids ounce. What the hell? The 1/12 of the Roman pound libra. This in turn comes from uno, and thus... Hey, uno! You're in this article, and thus originally meant simply unit. The abbreviation ounce comes from the Italian cognate onza. Pronounced onza, now oncia. Okay. Okay. Fascinating. But, yeah, isn't it? Yeah, it's 1/16. So it comes from a word meaning 1/12, but it means 1/16? What? I typed in O-U-N-Z-E, and then it came up with Wikipedia said ounce, and it said it redirected, so... I love how a lot of the books in the stack are books I already planned on reading. Nice! No, I did not type the entire link, but it seems like it would redirect it. There's no Wikipedia with that exact name. Okay, huh. It seemed like it was doing a redirect, but never mind. So I guess it was just highlighting the link because it went, ah, this is in the form of a link, rather than it being a valid one. Beep. This is just a link to Wikipedia. Okay. But non-existent. Boop. 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 Ah. Syed. But yeah, no, I'm glad that you were able to pick up some of the books that you already wanted to read in great fashion. Ah! Just found a forbidden wiki page. Darknet. Though it was really funny trying to explain to someone the other day, like, okay, let's use Tor in the Darknet to like explain to you what the internet is, because I think a lot of people still think of the internet as the internet, all caps. It is a thing rather than like we've got organizations that regulate it and whatnot, but there's still like you can make your own internet. You can add on to it completely independent of the system. People just can't find it, and thus Darknet. So all of the like .tor domains, that's just they were organized enough to have that and just weren't part of the air quotes official system. So you can visit Wikipedia Chess Battle Advanced. Ooh, to learn more about ounces. Great. Why do I have Fortune 5? What is Fortune 5? I am not I'm not comprehending. Oh! Carsey, I gotcha. I mined 5 diamonds with Fortune 5, I only got 6 diamonds. Huh. I was just like, wait, what? What am I doing that's fortunate? Glad that blindness has company. Boop. It's been a while since I played Minecraft, so Fortune 5 is not normally a thing? Is it normally up to Fortune 3 or 4? Boop. Goes to 3, okay. I don't know, man. It's been a while since I played Minecraft. Why not add extra enchanting levels? Super cool! Max is at 3, gotcha. But it's coded to work anyway. Huh, I mean, extensibility. Maybe they will add official Fortune 5 at some point. I mean, it's just like World of Warcraft, right? You gotta keep raising that level cap, keep people interested. Fortune 100, oh god, I imagine that just makes blocks explode into a gorgeous, glorious shower of ore, or materials. Okay. They changed it to max at 99. No! Break one block and the game just starts lagging a little. Yeah! That would actually... I feel like that would actually be a very, like, interesting way to, like, mess with someone if you... I don't know if... I've not done much Minecraft modding, but I have to assume that, like, fist... Like, the player's fist would probably be treated as an object in some way. If you could, like, give someone's normal punching Fortune 100 or something along those lines, so just without them recognizing it, they're, like, harvesting their wheat. Although I guess I don't actually know if it would work on wheat. Can't modify fist, but can modify air. Ah, of course. Silly me. Getting 6 in 5 ore with Fortune 5 is a 1 in about 10,000 chance. Whoof! Silk Touch 10? Yeah, because that's literally just... You get the block as is. Silk Touch plus Fortune seems like a non-bow that it just probably doesn't allow through normal enchanting, but... I think wheat drops more seeds. Ah! Blah. Goodness, an hour with only one new PB, but I believe in Steve. No! Okay, I feel like we're starting to understand that chunk better, though. Which of these aren't real things from Minecraft? Azalea leaf, creaking heart, calibrated skulk sensor, shulker husk, resin block, oxidized cut, copper stairs. Okay. Oxidized cut copper stairs. I know that copper has been added and can oxidize, so I could see that absolutely being a thing. I've heard of shulker boxes, so I don't know about a shulker husk, but whatever they are, maybe that's what helps build them. A resin block seems like something that could be added, like now that we've got bees, maybe you can harvest resin. Calibrated skulk sensor, never heard of that, so that's currently on the chopping block for me. Creaking heart sounds like some sort of mob drop, and there's been a lot added. Azalea leaf just sounds like a new tree. Oh, but wait. No, but we've been told it's evil. So you know what? I'm gonna bet that it's azalea leaf that's not real, because there's azalea wood or azalea trees, but they just, like, reused another tree's leaves? Because I remember that was something with, like... Was it spruce or something, or jungle trees, where they just, like, reused one? Azalea is not a tree type. Ah! The not real one is shulker husk. Wait, so there are azalea leaves? But not shulker husks. Damn, okay. Wow. Hope the Pretty Little Liars books are good because I got part 1 to 8 today. Nice. That's one of those series where, like, I recognize the name and could not tell you anything about it. Mangrove, not azalea. Ah. They're called shulker shells, not husks. Okay. What's a shulker? I have heard of shulker boxes as, like, some sort of, like, extra portable chest, I think? Boop. Boop. No. No. Shulkers are enemies. Okay. Mob that spawns in Ender cities. Okay. Oh, are they like a weird modification of an end chest then, where it's like a shared inventory between them kind of dealio? Until they drop shulker shells. Okay. Boot up Minecraft right now and bone you an azalea thing, Essie. Pink box-shaped enemies in the end that shoot homing bullets that give you levitation. That, as long as it doesn't kill you, that actually kind of sounds like a useful thing for fighting the Ender Dragon, right? Shulker shells can be crafted into shulker boxes, right? Shulkers are far away from the dragon. Ah, sad. I did always enjoy pelting the Ender Dragon with snowballs and eggs. Never mind, they're real. They deal damage, a little, and fall damage. Oh, uh-oh. Yeah, okay. Well, but feather falling boots. There we go, bam. Whoa! Welcome in, Silver. Also, wow! What a glorious color. That is blinding. I don't know if I've ever seen someone with such a white color in chat. How's it going? Thank you for the spins. We flip. It spawns in the creaking. I have never heard of it. You're bright now. Yes. Spin. More spin. Ender cities are boats suspended in the air, so fall damage is indeed damaging. Yeet. But yes, incredibly bright. You are March colored. Your pink days are over. Dun dun dun. It's been a nice 5 or so years. Wow. Wow. It's a long time. End cities can have ships. Not always guaranteed. Gotcha. But yeah, thank you very much for the bits. How are you doing? Arner. Whoop. 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 Wah. Whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. The ships are where you get an elytra from. Ah! Elytras, I thought, were still just a creative mode thing. Hope to feel better soon. Feeling under the weather? Well, I will echo that wish. I hope you feel better soon, too. Glad to have you here. Hopefully it's good chill times. The resonance. Not making gaming stuff? That happens. Creative output is a tough thing to maintain. But new album Friday with a vinyl release. Nice. So still maintaining creative output and some stuff. Sick. Sick. I still haven't gotten around to listening to the previous one. I need to. I've had a couple of friends trying to expose me to new music. I'm like, I think my brain is kind of accepting some new stuff again, so we'll see if it can so it can work. We will find out. Womp, 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 womp. Ah! No, we can't be getting to that point already. We've only been going for an hour. We've got more energy. Love books? Books are great. It's almost like I'm building a career around them. Crazy. I was too far down. Wait, oh my god, is that the biggest difference with that? Have I just not been recognizing that I'm dashing a little late and when I'm too far down it just doesn't work out? If that's it, I'm going to be very upset with myself that it took me this long to register that. Okay. Bam. Bam. I think that's it. Ah. Okay. Bam, 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 bam. Woo! Okay. Oh god, I think we do need to go under. Oh no! That was the best one we've done! Okay, so we go up, and then we fall and do like 2 uprights. And then we... Oh, and we need to not... So we run across the cloud, and then dash right, dash up? Or, because, okay, so we could land on it, try and jump, but then we're going to have to get it just right, dash left, dash right, and hope? Ooh. No matter what, it's going to be kind of ugly. And then that's just a lot of directional dashing that I'm going to fail at. There's 2 paths. The low road and the high road. Oh, you'll take the high road and I'll take the low road and I'll be in farewell for ye. For me and my true love will never meet again. Okay. Well, next time, let's try the low road. Or at least the initial low road. We'll go low then high. Never let them know our plan. I don't know my own plan. Does parrying lava make sense? I would say, generally speaking, probably not. But, you do you? Ah. Funniest thing is that the seasides of Golden are 1, 2, 4, and then 7. Don't know why you're like this. You just woke up one morning and went, 7 shall fall. Boop. Okay, but a parry is a deflecting of an attack. Do we get attacked by lava? Oh, nope, I screwed that up. I did not wait for the bounce, but we're going. We're going! Lava attacks, wow. Just jump off a lava wall, wow. Huh. Impressivo. Never seen a lava attack? No, I have not. Phone battery ran out. No! That makes it harder to Twitch and Balatro. Okay. We're getting through that so much more consistently, which is great. That's gonna be so rough. Balatro! Tim was talking about playing Balatro earlier, and Essie was saying only reason they weren't was because the phone charger wasn't doing things. Balala, Joker Poker. Been playing Balatro a lot recently. Nice. And this is gonna get me to play Balatro. Oh man, you know, I don't know why I never thought I can do some of the roguelike runs as pre-records. Hot damn. And that could also just be fun as just like a, you know, just do like the just play a bit, and the good runs where I'm actually like really thinking, just post those or something. Not phone charger, laptop charger. Ah, gotcha. I was thinking because they do have Balatro on mobile now, right? Or am I on something? Because I know there's Slay the Spire mobile, so I might just be going ha. The roguelike games go burr. They sure do? Okay, good. Oop. Bam, no! So you're starting 7CO on. This is the last room, so hopefully you'll beat it first try. Yeah, definitely. Just like crossing things with Crystal Theo. Ignore the timer in the upper left-hand corner. No. My books are wrapped up in newspaper, so I pick a random one each time. I now keep forgetting that I own these books, and I keep getting surprised. It's like Christmas every day of the year. I'm just farming that content? Yeah, definitely. Because you know what the people like to see. Someone failing over and over and over and over and over and over again. That's the content the people crave. No, I have not looked at the video yet. I will probably look at that after stream, just because that is not my content. YouTube implemented a new change to ads? Oh dear. Because I was getting some of these stuff. I had heard a while back about the hey, we think we've detected an ad blocker. Pretty please turn it back on, otherwise we'll melt your CPU. And I've been... Oh no! Been having, my Chromebook is, like, super out of date software-wise, and I think it having difficulty loading YouTube has been making it think I'm running an ad blocker. So I've gotten the pop-up a couple of times. Gotten a 30-second unskippable ad. Ugh. Yeah. Hey, welcome in, Lumery. How's it going? We're doing well. We're chugging along. We're still having a rough time with 7C, but we're starting to figure some stuff out better. Looked like you tried to stream earlier, but the internet was being uncooperative. It's bad because AI is but uh-oh. Wait, are they AI generated ads or yeah, exactly. Ah. Sorry to hear that. Hey, hopefully more stable tomorrow. Make the appropriate sacrifices to the internet gods. And all will be well. Thing is, you're looking for a book right now and can't find it for the... Well, on the one hand, Christmas every day. On the other hand, where do I have anything? Yeah. I am someone who tends to organize based on context. And sometimes it kind of gets like that. Especially when people move things around, so I lose the context that they're supposed to be in. Hey, welcome in, Skull Glitch. How's it going? Whoop, zoop, drop, doing, bam. These sound effects are critically important for playing Celeste. In case no one had noticed, like, if you don't make the sound effects, how are you supposed to, like, follow the proper path? See? Talking, not making sound effects, things go wrong. Going whoop, zhoop, ding, boing, boom, boom. Okay, that was only one example. Doing great. Order your first ever secret layers. Oh, nice. I don't know what the current secret layer drops are right now. I always see them later and appreciate other people having them. I'm curious what these ones are. Honestly, cool guy, but his stream was a bit laggy. Oh, Lumery won. Don't do a falling sound effects, died instantly. Oh, true. See, we're applying the scientific method here. Ghostbusters Winter Hatsune Miku and D&D. Oh, sick. Oh wait, so there's another Miku one? Yo. Because I remember one Miku one from a while back. And the D&D one also seems sick. Ghostbusters is fun. I can see that working with Duskmorn. About the Blotcho texture pack? I don't think I did. Whoa, okay. Focus on. No! Need to be straight up. Don't know if I want to unwrap all your books or keep it a secret. Still can't find Fourth Wing. Uh-oh. Oh, you're making a texture pack for Blotcho, because funny. I'm so afraid. What's the texture pack theme gonna be? Got Ghostbusters, Slimed and Ghostbusters the Real, Ghostbusters and Hatsune Miku Winter Diva foils. Sick! I've always been a big fan. The alternate arts, like, I have never been personally super fussy about, like, getting my favorite printings of Magic cards, but I always like seeing what other people have. 190 bucks! Whoa. And that is why I never did it for myself, but I always appreciate the other people who do. I've heard it said before that the best dog is the neighbor's dog, right? It's the best secret layers are the neighbor's secret layers. Changes every card to reference something. Gotcha. Oh, that's fun. So it's a bit like your little daily countdown, but Balatro. Oh, you're playing your own Jump King map. Oh, the map that you designed? Oh, cool, because someone in Jump King Discord said that every map should be verified by the creator, and I agree with that, so I decided to do it right now. Oh, that's awesome. One of the Hatsune Miku cards is a counterspell reskin? Wait, Miku counterspell? Is it Miku Beam counter a spell? So mixing one of the most pure and wholesome things in the world with one of the most evil and destructive? Wanted to beat it was when art was over, but I think it's better that way. I can play yourself and see if anything has to be changed. Yeah. Getting your very first banned card? Ooh. Like something along the lines of channel or 25 hours in. Insane of you. Boop. Okay. Boing, boing. No! Pure and wholesome? You know, not the horrors of the Miku committed in Kyrgyzstan? Uh-oh. Is this how I get cancelled? I was mostly just talking about the Miku Miku beam, because, like, how could that not be the most wholesome thing in the world? Your personal best is about 94%. Wow! Come on, you can do it! Counterspell is banned even in historic tournaments? Wait, what? Pardon? Don't they still have Mana Drain in Legacy? What's... Why is... What? Hold up. What have I been missing? As a creator, you know all the intended strats. Yeah, and it's taking that long. I'm utterly terrified. Counterspell banned formats. Because I still just have 4 copies of old Counterspell. Card name Counterspell is banned because of the 2 blue monos you can counter any. I'm aware. I have that card. That's fine. It's still legal in Modern, still legal in Legacy, still in Vintage, still in Commander, still in Pauper. What? Because, like, I believe Mana Drain is still legal in Legacy. Mana Drain is 2 blue, counter a spell, and you get X colorless mana equal to the CMC. Like... Finally found Fourth Wing, not planning on reading it yet, but it looks nice. Hell yeah. Gonna unpack a shelf of books and see if your OCD likes it. Alright, I wish you luck. More references, anything I think would be funny at the moment. Fair. Oh, you're talking about Arena. Oh, right, because, historic. Well, it's, yeah. Okay, fair enough. Because, I mean, Counterspell was originally printed in Tempest. Wait, man, I'm so out of whack with the Arena formats, because I basically just did not pay attention to anything Alchemy, because, look, man, I'm one of those crotchety old guys that's like, stop developing digital-only cards until you actually have Pioneer. Gosh darn it. But now that they're doing Pioneer Masters, I may need to actually, like, go back and do a little bit more. Bleh. It's not Dark Ritual, so... Oh, but Dark Ritual's so good! Dark Ritual out my hippie, my Hypnotic Spectre. Yeah, those are the days. I almost screamed. I opened one and was like, what? I have this book? Oh, yay! I'm glad that it can bring such joy. Dark Ritual's broken? Not really. Like, genuinely, it's a very powerful effect. Anything that does mana acceleration is quite powerful, but, like, there's still a lot of things that you can do to get around it. It's mostly difficult in Storm Shells, or it's mostly problematic in Storm Shells, but Arena doesn't have a lot of Storm support, especially in Black. Like, if you're doing some sort of Underworld Breach thing, it can help a lot, but even then, Underworld Breach is a very fair, like, Dark Ritual is problematic when you're running, like, a Legacy Tin Fins deck, or, like, you know, anything where you're using, like, Yogg's Will to just cast it over and over. Sorry, I'm guessing a lot of this is nonsensical to a lot of folks, but we're talking about some older cards that I did not recognize on Arena, and sort of what's being introduced to a lot of newer players are apparently getting banned. Infinite Mana Glitch. Just about. Might unpack all the books because they make me so happy looking at them. Yay! Probably should have, but put that in art, but it's fine. I'll post some notably funny cards in video games. Oh yeah, absolutely. Book. Bum-ba-dum. Yeah, card games are interesting. I remember, I think the first deck I ever, like, put together in Magic, my goal, I did a whole bunch of research trying to figure out, I felt so powerful. I'm like, what can I do to make a deck that is able to set up a board state that the opponent is incapable of interacting with? And I built, I think it was like a 5-color, 85-card monstrosity that had basically no duplication of any of the important parts, but it was able to generate infinite mana, take control of every permanent that opponents controlled. It was able to mill people for infinite. It had something set up so that there was an enchantment that made it so that nothing else could be targeted by spells or abilities opponents controlled, and then something that made it so that that enchantment could not be targeted. A card that said I cannot lose the game and your opponents cannot win the game as long as it's alive. Oh, focus. Oh no! That sounds chaotic to someone who barely knows what you're talking about. No, exactly. Basically, my goal, there was a card called Platinum Angel, which literally says you cannot lose the game, and your opponents cannot win the game. So as long as it's on the field, you basically just get to cheat. If you go below 0 life, you just keep going below 0 life. If you draw from an empty library, which normally kills you, you don't die. Sounds overpowered. Absolutely. Except it's a creature that can very easily be killed. Which is basically, it's something to encourage people to play spells that you just stab the angel. On top of that, it was an artifact creature angel, which usually there's things that can destroy artifacts and creatures differently, so it made it even more vulnerable. But I saw that, I'm like, I need to figure out how to make it so that I can play this and have people not interact with it. So I built this deck with like one-off cards to make it so that there was no way to target the angel, no way to target any of the things that prevented you from targeting the angel, made it indestructible so that even destroy effects, if it was destroy everything, wouldn't deal with it. I couldn't figure out, the only thing that I could not do was figure out a way to prevent things that said exile everything, because exile is different than destroy and gets around the indestructible bit. But at the time I was making the deck, I believe there was only one card that was capable of exiling all creatures. So it was pretty darn close. The thing is, it worked once. I was only able to make it occur one game, which was glorious, and I loved it dearly, but it was not a practical thing. It is a very bad deck, as much as it sounds overpowered, but it was fun, and it got me to do a lot of research and understand a lot of the pitfalls of, that may sound powerful, but it's really not. It is for the meme, basically, yeah. I should put that back together and see how atrocious it is again. Fun fact, you can make a Turing machine with MTG. Yes, I'm aware of that. Oh, you're trying to get Delina banned? Why? Delina's great. I mean, the random chance cards are a little goofy. Delina is from the D&D set, for anyone who's unaware. And it's a card that basically has you roll a die, and if you roll high enough, you get to just kind of keep rolling that die, and every time you roll the die, you get to make a copy of another creature. I've made some goofy decks with it. Oh, the Cactuar? Yes, the one that can get up to 10,000 power. See, those ones are where I start getting a little more, because the set design there, I'm a little bit of a window into MTG politics. There's been a lot of kerfuffle recently, because the past couple of years, Wizards has been, now you need to make a Jumbo Cactuar deck. The thing is, there's a lot of ways to do it. And like, as a game piece, it's interesting and fun and something I'd like to break, but like, there's been a lot of what's called Universes Beyond, which is basically bringing in intellectual property from other intellectual properties. And people have been a little uncomfortable with them. It started with Lord of the Rings, which I had zero issue with, because Lord of the Rings is kind of the basis of a lot of the fantasy that the Magic world is built around. It didn't feel super out of place. Same thing with the Dungeons and Dragons set, because both of those are kind of archetypal fantasy that have, you know, there's a lot of sort of conversation between them in Magic. But then we started getting things like Warhammer and Doctor Who and such, which, while they looked like super fun decks that were put together and released by Wizards, it was starting to make me a little nervous, because those are very different directionally from a lot of what Magic does. And a number of other people were also a little concerned. And recently, while we'd basically been told, oh, those will never be standard legal sets, standard being kind of the, in theory, premier format of Magic, it's kind of the main one that that they try to support. They have basically announced that there will be 3 sets this year that are Universes Beyond and standard legal, which is causing some divisiveness, because you've got a lot of new players that are coming in from universes beyond, which is super cool. I've got some friends that have finally gotten into Magic because of it. But there's also a lot of people saying, well, hey, that kind of dilutes the, like, Magic storytelling, and I, being someone who really enjoys the Magic story and have followed that and really love, why did I go left? And really loves the sort of the in-universe world building, I'm a little sad about that, especially since it's replacing one of the sets each year, and more the sets that we are getting in-universe are feeling more and more like they're just sort of, rather than bringing other intellectual property into the game, they're bringing the game into other kinds of intellectual property. The current set that's out is a racetrack set. We had a cowboy set, which I believe the cowboy set was basically the last one I was playing on stream. Which, they're still mechanically fun cards, but they're kind of losing the old the magique. They're losing the essence, I think, of the feel of Magic. And Magic has gone through those changes before, but it's something that there's a lot of people that are super excited about it. There's a lot of people that I think are probably vocal minority like myself, who are very basically dedicated players, but not necessarily the majority who are spending their money, who are kind of nervous about it. So it's something where, I don't know, it's like the Jumbo Cactuar. It's fun and goofy, but it kind of feels like one of the joke set cards, one of the uncards, but it's going to be standard legal, which for me kind of takes a bit of the fun out of it. The actual, oh yeah, more War of the Machine, the Brothers War, I'm guessing, the Urza and Mishra, because yeah, that was awesome. That was going back and revisiting some of the early storytelling. But even then, like the March of the Machine, I love Phyrexians, but it had a very like compressed story. The one after the Phyrexian, yeah. Yeah, so it's just, I don't know, it's goofy, because yeah, Phyrexians are super cool. I love getting more of that, but it is, I think, always tough to see something that you have immersed yourself in change in ways that you don't recognize. But such is life. So, for all of the non-Magic folks, Turing machines don't surprise me anymore after Bob passed the Turing test. Yeah, it's impressive. I'll see if I can find, I know someone actually built, basically someone wrote a paper about how you could get it to pass the Turing test, and then someone actually put together the deck and played it, and they, for the laughs, actually went through basically starting the game and then conceding when they did not have the exact correct opening hand. So they wanted to make it official, do it right. All right. Have a good one, Skeliclich. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, Turing completion is, it's an interesting thing, and it's a goofy little exercise. I like that people are able to have fun and write academic papers about a silly little card game. Okay, so that was incorrect. So we need to go low at first, no matter what. Boop. Is that I'm guessing that's the video? So we need to go low, and I think we gotta try doing the bounce. Man, that's gonna be rough. That was too low. Boop. Hold up. Boop, boop, boop. Ads. I built a computer with Magic the Gathering. Yes, exactly. Awesome. Thank you, Essie. Yeah, that's... Games as a lens to learn things, I think, is super cool. I think I mentioned, I picked up a game called Super Algebra, which I've not been playing a whole lot of, but I was looking for games to, like, help teach math to one of the folks I'm tutoring, and I was genuinely really, really pleasantly surprised by it, because there are so many games out there that are designed to teach math, right? A lot of them are really bad because they're patronizing, and one of my big goals when setting out looking for a game to help with that was it needs to be clearly educational, because I need to try and pitch some folks and an organization on it, but it also needed to be it needed to be something where I would be willing to play it, I would have fun playing it, and it didn't feel like it was talking down to me, because I hate recommending resources to people that are looking down on them. Like, that's just, it's not cool. If it's not something I would be willing to use, why should I expect someone else to use it? And Super Algebra Ball fit the bill fantastically. Unfortunately, was not able to convince folks to pick it up for them. But what I really liked about it more than a lot of the games that teach math is a lot of those games, there's things that you can do to either it's literally just a quiz or it's about like making number big, which making number big doesn't actually do a very good job of helping people drill their math skills, whereas Super Algebra Ball is about making number precise. No. No. Which I thought was super neat. Number do down. Frog Fractions. I've heard about Frog Fractions. I don't think I've ever played Frog Fractions. I take it that it is one of those things. I've heard people say it's legitimately fun, so I'm guessing it's one of those sort of, it's definitely a kid's game, but look, man, I'm still gonna have a little fun with it. Frog Fractions is a trip? Okay. Boop. Wait, what? Eventually you print porn on Mars? Pardon? Pardon F? Wow, okay. Not that I necessarily want to print porn on Mars, but this may actually be convincing me to be interested in Frog Fractions, because, man, you can't just say something like that and expect me to not be a little curious. No, okay, but hey, yo, look, we did the thing. Progress is being made. Just came in, popped in randomly, and my question is, how the hell did printing porn on Mars get brought up? Great time to wander in. Auten Marcus High. I'm having trouble breaking that up into things. I'm gonna call you Auten if that's okay. Welcome in. The answer was, we were talking about, I do some math tutoring for folks, and I was talking about Super Algebra Ball as a good game that I thought was really nice because it doesn't talk down to people, and was one I had a bit of fun playing. And folks brought up Frog Fractions, which I'm now led to believe apparently has you run a bug government where you end up printing porn on Mars, which I don't see how we get there from fractions. I can maybe see the bugs, but I'm quite intrigued. So I may have to give that a gander. Probably not a good one for trying to pitch as an educational resource if that's where it ends up, but yeah. But yes, welcome in. We're working on Celeste 7C. We're trying to go through all of the seasides, and make our way to Farewell eventually. This is the first time, well, I've been playing Celeste for a while at this point, but this is still my first save of Celeste, and we're chugging along, having fun. Appreciate the context, thank you. Wonderful educational resource, I'd say. I guess so. I will need to check it out myself. But yeah, Super Algebra Ball is one that is fairly unambiguously a very solid one. First save. No, actually, you know what? You are absolutely true. Because I do still have my old save where I played for 30 minutes on the keyboard and went, I'm not going to play on Celeste until I have a controller. So, this is fair. I quite literally, this is my second save. But, realistically. I do not have hundreds of hours of... Actually, how many hours do I have logged in Celeste at this point? I know, how could I lie? Making terrible first impressions. First the Martian porn, now lying. What? Goodness. Steam says 107 hours, so not hundreds of hours, but 100 hours. Your viewers are more trustworthy, that's worrying, true. Feel like we've cultivated a good batch. We talk about a variety of things. Often wonky, sometimes educational. Hey, thank you very much for the follow. Glad this was a good first impression. Ah yes, Veranu. God. I will never live down misreading V or an U. Fortune porn got you. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Universe is a lasagna soup, also a good one. And sometimes we just talk about acids and bases and chemistry. Had a lot of good philosophy during Jump King. Oi. Oh, that wasn't even targeted. God, wait. Man, I do appreciate I'm glad that I timestamped those, because now I need to go back and remember why that was said. Wait, why was that one quoted? I mean... Look, sometimes you stop mid-sentence. Yep. Just slandering me. Well, it's not even slander, because I guess it technically is true. Oh no. Wait, what? There's a quote attributed to Theo? How do I not remember some of these? Boop. No. Yeah, we're still scraping along. Yes, Veranu. I do find it funny that it took long enough to add that quote that we were already on to Outer Wilds that day rather than Lingo. Catch all of these little American children out. Wait, what? I know, it's because it inserts, it checks the stream activity that we're doing, and we added it later in the day, I think. But yeah, that was absolutely Lingo. Rudolph? Look, that was... I think that one was also a Lingo quote, and I was just reading things. But yes, Autumn? Oh. Why? Why Udolf? So Lingo, lovely linguistic puzzle game, and people were typing a wide variety of things. I agree with Pug noted. Generally speaking, agreeing with Pug is a pretty good position to take. Yeah, no, I think Veranu is still probably one of my favorites, of just being the most solid of me just unable to parse words. Wait, what? I have vague memories of this, but I don't fully remember. Brother, huh? Huh? Brother what? Why are all the quotes like this? Because is that not basically... Isn't that basically what quotes are? Because, like, the point of quotes is, the terrible things that are said out of context, and now we store those out of context so that we can go, wait, why in the world did I say that? Under what circumstances? What would possibly possess me? And then we can go back and find the clip at some point. Blah. I'm trying to remember, so the lingo one, I want to understand these holes. That, I have to assume that was one of the places where we were trying to jump through, like, holes in the floor, and I was trying to figure out, like, why we were routing the ways that we were, but I got no defense. Must watch Orb on the movements of the Earth. Okay, welcome in, Quote Pilgrim. Me saying full name because otherwise we've just been talking about quotes a whole bunch. But what's it about? I assume that it's just about... I assume that's just about, like, orbital mechanics, or is it more complex than that? I do like orbs. Oh, the sun warps! Yes, the holes in the ceiling. That would make sense. Delicious steak. Boop. And quote, I have started compiling the list of books. So I will try and get that finished and get that over to you. But turns out I had 2 job interviews today, which was 100% more than expected. Aha! You got a bread, yes! Yeah, I don't know why. I have looked at trying to fix the streak. I don't understand what's going on with it. I might just need to try. Part of it, I do wonder. I haven't updated StreamerBot in a while, so I wonder if something is broken. But we shall see. I wish that Twitch would roll out the watch streaks for everyone. But yes, at least we have the breadstick. Where's the meat? We don't have meat, only breadstick. I had anxiety, but then I looked at books in my dock, and now I'm doing better. Life is good. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What does one do if not eat their friends? Rain World? I mean, yeah, that tracks. Breadstick. Garlic breadstick, yes. With which to build a garlic bread castle. I'd like to mention, I haven't beaten a single room in 9D since the start of the stream. Well, Pug, in fairness, I haven't beaten a single room in 7C since the start of the stream. So we're matching. It's an anime about people learning about heliocentrism at a time when geocentrism is the prevailing astronomical model. Oh! Huh! Yeah, you know what? That actually sounds absolutely up my alley. I will definitely give that a look. Hold up. Because I will, as always, absolutely forget making the little note. Bum 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 ba-dum bum bum ba-dum ba-dum bum. I remember it's called Orb. Orb the Orbining? Bum bum bum. Scrolling back in chat. Brain. There we go. Orb on the movements of Earth. Alright. Orb on the movements. And the people who believe in heliocentrism are labeled heretics and executed by the church. So, historical fiction. Like, well, actually, still fiction because I'm assuming they're talking about some fake folks, but fairly historical. Love you random people on the internet. Mwah. Love the internet strangers as well. Good vibes. Maybe now that I open all my books, I will buy less new books. Secondhand doesn't count. Aha, I see. Did I just say really quietly, Orb the Orbiting? I didn't think I said it quietly. Yes, I did say Orb the Orbiting. 23 out of the 25 episodes have been released, so it's going to be over in 2 weeks or so. Gotcha. Okay. I still need to track down the last season of Mob Psycho, since you were saying that I had not caught all of them. I saw earlier, but 90 is split into 17-ish golden bear. Oh, I see. All right, then. Okay, then yes, maybe I do have a chance to beat Farewell first. Dear God. Boing, boing. Bah! Wah. Bong, bong. Fully toasting to watch Mob Psycho 100. I'll do it to you too if needed. I mean, I've watched a decent chunk of it. I did not mind it. I'm down to watch more. I just need to find it because I've got my Netflix. I have Netflix still. I do not have Crunchyroll currently. Ninth Dimension does not exist. Hey, one of these days, Antimatter Dimensions will get an update past reality. I'll not be goldening any D-side until I golden at least all of the main game. That seems like a fair and reasonable stance. What? What? Oh my god. Oh, I do, a couple of my friends were, trying to get through the original, animated Castlevania series. And I was like, oh man, I still haven't watched the newest season of Nocturne, so did watch that, and man, enjoy that greatly. Still watching a couple episodes of Detective Conan, aka Case Closed, every few months or so. Little by little you chip away. This is valid. It'll take 100 years to watch all 1,000 episodes at that pace. I assume that they are not releasing more. This is not like trying to watch One Piece little by little and just going, I look upon my works in despair. Current plan for Golden's is A and C side together, B sides farewell. Okay, interesting. Is it because B sides have just sort of so many more rooms, so while C sides are quite difficult, they're not, the Golden Berry is not actually that much more significantly difficult? Or it is still releasing? Oh goodness. Well, good luck with that one. Oh, what the? Mad at myself. I was leading too far. C-sides are harder, but they're short. C-sides are easier to gold than most A-sides. Gotcha. Gotcha. I think I'm starting to hit that point. The point that we have discussed. The time of the day where you try the thing and it just don't. It's really good though? Yay. I've been watching a lot of YouTube recently because I have not been like mentally down to like watch a full show. But I've been chipping away at Outlander with someone, which has been interesting. I enjoy sort of historical fiction in Scotland. And I've also been like occasionally watching like little bursts a K-zombie show called Happiness, which is nothing extraordinary, not something I would focus on. Angie. But not anything like super exceptional, not something where I'm like, oh, go out and watch it. But I don't know, it's kind of fun. It's goofy. Love a bit of romantic comedy in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. While dealing with your HOA. And you're skipping the fillers, which accounts for about half of all of them. Okay. Gotcha. So I only read the books I own or borrow at the library when I have many ebooks. I only use ebooks while I'm reading a physical book at... You never want to do the thing that is in front of you. Always something else. Grass is always greener. But like that's part of the joy of options. Love the Basement Yard on YouTube podcast. The Basement Yard. That seems, having a yard in your basement sounds spacious, but perhaps a bit difficult to maintain. Whoa. You beat a room! Nice! Well then, I've gotta lock in, gotta hurry it up. It's two friends laughing on you love it? Honestly, yeah. I do enjoy some good group content that's basically just folks hanging out, having a good old goofy time. Only like 250 left to go. Buh. Wait, 250 rooms? Nah. Incorrect. You should seek friends. Indeed. That is an underestimate? No. But yeah. Friendships can be tough, and sometimes they can be overwhelming when you've got, like, 4 different friends all trying to get your attention at the same time, but they're good to have, and good friends will also understand. 90 has several hundred rooms. Then why is it called 90 rather than 100? Ha 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 ha. Maybe I should have a channel point reward that's like 100,000 points and it just ends the stream. For when I make a terrible pun. It's not even really a pun. Wrong, get verkoddened, idiot? Huh. Based on the internet. 331 rooms. Goodness. That's more flowers than Baba. I think. At least the main game. You have 82 books by Stephen King on your Kindle. Damn. I still don't think I've actually read a Stephen King book. I've watched a mini-series of The Stand, but get this, that's not even all of them. Yeah, that I'm very willing to believe, because, I will say, it's very fun working at the library and, like, seeing how things are split out, because Stephen King has basically 2 full shelves, and keep in mind, that's probably like 30 items per shelf. And we have a floating collection, which means that that's not like our entire catalog. We have like almost 30 branches, and the books get shifted around between them. So that's like 60 Stephen King books, and we've probably got a whole lot more spread throughout the rest. And yet, somehow, when I was having to put together a display of British media, we only had one book by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. It wasn't even a Sherlock Holmes book. Can't wait for the next rule. Oh, what hell is this? The classic Celeste experience. I read 2 of King's books, but it's not my thing. I still have a few others on my shelf, or if I ever feel like trying again, and the premise of them sounds good. Yeah, I have been a bit biased against Stephen King, by my parents, whoop. Fue. Yes, very tame quote. Now, both my parents have read a fair bit of Stephen King, and were not big fans of his, mostly because they felt that in a lot of cases, the mystery was kind of given... The mystery was ended kind of with a cop-out of, like, mystic forces, and just that was not their thing, which, generally speaking, not my thing either, but I still would like to give it a try and see for myself at some point. Whoop! There's like 13 green bubbles. What's happening? Oh god. Bam. 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 Wham. 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 Upright. Tried reading Carrie. Ah. Oh yeah. No, if bullying is something that is gonna mess you up, from what I have heard about that, not a good option. The 2 types of Johan quotes: really weird or keyboard smash. Pretty much. Whoop. Not a lot of keyboard smashes recently. Just a lot of the weird. Wait, what? It's great because a lot of these I'm like, oh, how could I ever forget these quotes? I have absolutely no recollection. Oh! No, you know what? I think I do remember that one. I think I said that to Tim. And I think I said that to Tim because I think Tim was playing through the bathhouse? Like the horror game? And so I was saying, it was good. It was fun to get a chance to watch you playing the bathhouse. It was fun getting to see you do the bath things. There we go. I think that's it. I need to be careful guessing these because if I'm not careful, I absolutely expect that at some point in my future, this is going to come back to bite me when people, A, find the context and tell me I was wrong, and B, I'm also terrified conceptually of, like, I guess kind of being put on trial, having a quiz made of, like, Johan quotes from the database, where someone has found all of the context, and I have to guess and try to figure out the context and see just how wrong or how much worse it is with the context, and just cry. The downsides to having things preserved forever. They may come back to haunt you. No! Why is that helper little? Because I thought that made him seem more friendly. Could be Johan's big helper, but I like the little helper. I like the acids. I guess that was Link. Oh, right, acid colored. It's like Rain World acid pools. Johan the helper. Okay. There we... No! Maybe we should try the lower path. The downside of having things preserved forever. They're preserved forever. Pros, you have them forever. Cons, you have them forever. Because it's just like Greg Davies' Little Helper? I'm sorry, Greg Davies? Man, we haven't even cracked 50 quotes. I do feel like there was a while there where quoting just was not occurring. Oh, it felt when I died at the end of 70? Yeah. Yeah. And I imagine probably even worse because, like, that's literally the last thing you have to do. Don't eat children, people. Unless they're really tasty and helpless and can't scream for their mother. Otherwise, their mother comes in and eats you. So, you know, it's not necessarily so much as a moral stance as a pragmatic one. Oh, God. A scug is only a baptized what? What? Wow. Already read Carrie, Salem's Lot, The Shining, the first 4 books of the Dark Tower series, Pet Cemetery, Thinner, Green Mile, On Writing, Everything's Eventual, and From a Buick 8. Hey, thank you for the flip. Much appreciated. A cent for poor ink. Please, sir, may I have some more? I'm just a poor ink, trying to make the ends meet. Holding up my little Oliver Twist English orphan bowl. I'll do flips for it. My text is not tilted anymore. Aw. Could you please spare a tuppence? I have not the money for my ink refill. It just takes away your colon? I mean, Nobo, if you're gonna lose your colon, you might as well at least sell it. Get something out of it. Spare some italics, please. A big shilling. Also watched pretty much every single movie and miniseries that was ever based on one of his works. Gotcha. I've watched... I think there were 2 different miniseries of The Stand. I've only watched one of them. I could not tell you which. Bing Chillin'? A big shilling. Oi. Oi. Fishing for the quotes, I see. And I bought it hook, line, and sinker. Okay. I did. You are correct, but... I feel cheated. I demand to play a game against the devil. If I win, the quote is returned to me. Hook, line, and sinker? Index reference? I can see clearly now, the vor is here. I mean, yeah. I have to assume that was, we were typing into one of the panels and that just helped us figure out what the word was. Only missing Children of the Corn for no reason and Dreamcatcher because it's apparently the worst movie ever devised by man. That is a tall order. I have not managed to read more Railgun. I have been looking, my library does not have more of it. I have actually been considering, though, unfortunately probably not tomorrow because I have another interview tomorrow during my work shift, although fortunately I will have time to do it. But one of these days, I think I'm just gonna, like, stay later in my library or go over to pick up someone I know who also works at the library, and just read some of the manga and books that I've been trying to get around to. the new and very legal one, perhaps. We shall see. A yellow block with over solved to vor and then went to blue. Okay. Okay. Very many legal sites for stuff. Accidentally flipped off chat? Wait, what? 3 times, goodness. Well, hey. You know what? That just means that you think chat is number 1. Whoop. Part of it is also just like making the space and time to read. I think what I'm going to do after stream, which I probably will need to wrap up here soon, but I think after stream, it's still lovely and sunny outside. I think I'm going to sit on my porch, have one of my little popsicles, because it's lovely and warm out, and it's good popsicle weather. I'm gonna read some more Yokohama shopping log. Trying to make peace signs and rock signs and flip the wrong finger. Love reading and sunbathing. Okay. You've unlocked good Johan story time. So, little baby Johan was a fairly small and flexible child. I think I've mentioned before that Meat Han is perfectly capable of putting his legs behind his head, which makes for a very convenient headrest. Focusing. Hey, nice! I'm sure we will both have terrible joints in our future, or already. Oh, okay, that was good. That was still good. We're learning. But I was able to, see, I can still do a lot of fairly flexible things. My problem, I have a lot more trouble putting my legs by my head because I've gained some weight and my stomach gets in the way. I have too much belly. Poor Meathan is like a turtle that has gotten, or I guess not a turtle, a hedgehog that has gotten too fat and pot-bellied. Which is genuinely a non-zero part of why I'm like, I need to work on my eating exercise habits. During like spring and summer months, we've got a lovely little tree out in my front yard, and we had like little storage bins that I was able to fold myself into pretty comfortably, and would just fill that with water. I'd go out there in my little swim trunks under that tree and either read or my dad would read to me, and I have very fond memories of my dad sitting on the porch reading The Hobbit to me while I was just kind of chilling there. I remember I also read a decent chunk of Aragon and at least one of the other Inheritance Cycle books like that. I'd forgotten that, but that was really pleasant. Just sitting, basking, and prunifying, and being whisked off to other little worlds. Everything's Eventual has a short story with a weirdly similar premise to Death Note, having been written the year before Death Note was published. In fact, Everything's Eventual is also the name of the short story. Gotcha. Intriguing. Boop. And like similar to Death Note in like people were actively able to focusing? No. People were like actively able to write things in the book and dictate like how people die, because I feel like in general there's a lot of stories about books that like predict your death, right? Yes, the Blocktro things. I think what we will do here is we will probably, just like we did last time, say like X number more good runs, and then use that to wrap up. I have the whole Aragon and Ring series, but I still have to get to them. I really liked them. I will say I think there's a new book in the Inheritance Cycle. Like, I think it's called Murtaugh, which I only barely remember the books, but I have some inkling of what that is, but I'm like, I need to go back, reread those, and then read the new one. Okay, we'll call this one of our good runs. Still? Let's do 2 more good runs. Let's see if we can make something happen there. I absolutely loved those as a kid. I think one of my favorite parts about them, was the magic system, because I really like magic that can be used in the mundane ways and has an actual system to it, so it's not just I have become all powerful, but there's like you can understand the wellspring it comes from. I am a sucker for that kind of magic system. Boop. And I think it does a pretty good job with that. And also like efficient use of magic, because there's a lot of times where I wonder like, oh, so this person can make a big like force blast. Why can't they like, I don't know, concentrate that force into a very tiny little thing to like break a critical vein or whatnot, or like snap someone's neck rather than just like blasting them full on in the chest. And guess what the Inheritance Cycle actually considers? I really like media that answers some of the questions that I would naturally have about it. So I saw this video singing one syllable out of sync. It makes my brain go ouchie ouchie. Yes, I've seen a number like that, but I thought more one night chorus syllable out of sync, it would go skip one more night, one more night, one more night. Tora Beru. Yeah? Okay. Because I guess I feel like more one night already feels like a little out of sync to me. But yeah, all of the things that just like slightly mess with music are terrible for my brain. May have gone insane, but just do 7C for fun sometimes. Pug, I say this lovingly. You may need help. This is concerning. Are you okay? Have you or a loved one been affected by 7C Stockholm Syndrome? Do you think that running into the same thing over and over again for fun is a good thing? Well, you know what? I'm currently doing it, so who am I to speak? Here's a weird coincidence. The musicology book I'm reading, I just got to a passage where the author starts talking about Jorge Luis Borges. This was the Venezuelan author that you really liked that wrote the Tower or Library of Babel? Or am I conflating things? Argentinian. Sorry. But that is the author. I have linked those things roughly correctly. Let's see, gonna do 7C right now? Oh goodness. Womp, 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 womp. Don't know why Argentinian turned into Venezuelan in my brain. That is strange. Ever heard of a book called English as She Is Spoke? I don't think I have. But things that poke fun at the English language are great. Loving the Throne of Glass series, you always gaslight yourself? Oh, like, you trick yourself into thinking it will go one way even if it won't? Because I wish I could do that for myself more. But eventually go, night one more night, seka, what? Seka, more one night. Oh, okay. Ah. Okay, 2 more good runs. 2 more good runs. Focus, Han. Focus, Han. Focus, Han. Brain empty, Han. Alrighty. We will also probably be wrapping up here soon, but thank you very much for hanging out, Ollie. Hope you get some good rest. Dream of lovely books. Wake up like the hoarding little book dragon you are. Piled atop them. Sitting atop the pile. Thanks for hanging out. Sweet dreams. He talks about his work. Pierre Menard, author of the Quixote, which is about a literary critic who is comparing the work of Cervantes, I don't know, with that of Pierre Menard, a fictional author who has happened to write a book that comprises of the exact same words as Cervantes' book. Oh, interesting. Rawr, yes. Book dragon. Beaten 2 minutes, dying 5 times in total. Why? Hey, Pug, wanna switch? Okay. Good run number 2. Yeah, we're losing the Wounce, but we successfully did the Wounce a number of times, and we've gotten into the end game of the tunnel. So, like... Okay, good run number 3. Ah! Lesson relearned. Do not speak at the Wounce. Okay, yeah. We're gonna call that good, because I'm flagging. Celeste must be taken in small doses. But let's check out the Balatro references. And yeah, I will watch the Celeste time loop afterwards. No way, I know that video. Haha. Oh, notable cards made for the Balatro texture pack. The spoiled one is a spoiler to Rain World. Ah, okay. Is that spoiler that I'm safe on, or one that I still further? Not to me. Okay. Oh, that's super cute. Oh, that's adorable. Tower is a pizza tower. Wheel of Fortune. Is that a toaster and trying to get it out with a fork? I mean, that does feel like gambling. Put kid sunscreen on my dog's belly so she didn't burn while sunbathing. Now she has soft baby smelling belly. Aw. Gamble Core? I'm not familiar, but dear God, I mean, that does convey you have to be fortunate. Earth. Flat Earth. Red pill and blue pill. Nice. Matrix. Ankh. Okay, that is an Ankh, but what is that a reference to? The red stamp and blue stamp. Ah, the seal. Yeah. Oh, from Terraria. I do not know that one. And we'll check general in a moment. Joker. Is that... That's... It's been a while since I have played Balatro. That still just looks like a Joker. The pink and yellow eyes? I don't... The #1 rated salesman circa 1997. I have utterly no clue what you're talking about. Johan doesn't understand things. Deltarune Chapter 2. I have not looked at anything Deltarune because I still have not played it. But okay. Good to know. Yeah, missing note. Oh, is that the misprint? The glitch Joker? That's that. If that is the case, you have nailed it. That's super sick. That's a legendary? Oh. Oh, which of the legendary Jokers would be... It's got the background. It's been... Hold up. Okay, Balatro legendary Jokers. What was the thing that Missing No does? I don't actually know much of what Missing No does. It corrupts everything? What's one of its funny effects? I've never dealt with Missing No. I'm tangentially aware, as is pretty much everyone of my generation. It duplicates your 6th item. Oh! I didn't know that. So that's per KO? Huh. So, the 6th item in your bag? I never knew that. Missing No, why you so strange? Fascinating. It was too big brain for me, but hell yeah. Oh, the thing you were talking about? Oh, the quote. It's a revelation to compare Menard's Don Quixote with Cervantes. The latter, for example, wrote Part 1, Chapter 9, Truth, whose mother is history, rival of time, depository of deeds, witness of the past, exemplar and advisor to the present, and the future's counselor. Written in the 17th century, written by the lay genius Cervantes, the enumeration is a mere rhetorical praise of history. Menard, on the other hand, writes Truth, whose mother is history, rival of time, depository of deeds, witness of the past, exemplar and advisor to the present, and the future's counselor. History, the mother of truth, the idea is astounding. Menard, a contemporary of William James, does not define history as an inquiry into reality, but as its origin. Historical truth for him is not what has happened, it is what we judge to have happened. The final phrases, exemplar and advisor to the present and future's counselor, are brazenly pragmatic. The contrast in style is also vivid. The archaic style of Menard, quite foreign after all, suffers from a certain affectation, not so that of his forerunner who handles with ease the current Spanish of his time. Interesting. So, it's just, they had some incredibly... Yeah, that's pretty much, and they... Huh. Truth, whose mother is history, rival of time, depository of deeds, witness of the past, exemplar and advisor to the present, and... Wait, that's... Am I having trouble? These are the same sentence, right? Mr. Missing Number, please don't touch my items. Oh wait, doesn't that happen because the game tries to insert the data of Missing No into the Pokedex, but goes out of bounds and it just ends up in your bag data? Weird. I'm having trouble parsing this. It tries to go Missing No, seen, let's set the flag, and then just changes the bag's data. Wonky. Weird. Okay. Oh, that seems like the exact same thing. I feel so. You're saying so they wrote the basically same thing, but that is literary critic who is comparing the works of Cervantes with that of Pierre Menard. A fictional author. Right. Yes. Okay. Menard, who's a fictional author invented by Borges, has written the exact same book as. Gotcha. I forgot that critical detail. Okay. It really tripped me up because it's talking about it as if it was talking about it as if these were very fascinating. So it's kind of like a mockumentary, but a literary mockumentary. Weird. Very interesting. So, also messes up your Hall of Fame because historical context. Yes, sorry, but the words being the exact same. That was just, it was tripping me up because I was not remembering the context there. Fascinating. Very interesting. So a fictional literary analysis. Bernard wrote his book 2 centuries later, so his writing is in fact archaic. Gotcha. This, also messes up your Hall of Fame data because when it tries to draw the sprite, it draws out of bounds, which ends up being Hall of Fame. Ah, gotcha. But Cervantes is not. Okay. Like Missing No a lot in most glitches in the very first games. Fair enough. You have taught me. You have taught me about this now. Let's raid on over to Zesty Lemon and call it a day. But no, that is interesting. I will try and get the reading list too, and I will try and check out Orb. Orb sounds interesting. The simple exercise completely destroys Barthas's Death of the Author. I am not super familiar. I've wait, is that there was a literary thing that you sent me that I lost the tab of. I can't remember the name of, but I didn't get around to reading it. But in any case, thank you all for watching. This has been lovely. We've had some good conversations and made some progress on 7C that hopefully we'll be able to follow up with. As always, it's been a pleasure hanging out, and I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. We're gonna go check out some Mario Maker, and yeah. Farewell, adieu, be good to yourselves, and catch you on the flip side. But for now, bye! Oh, the work was fun, but the wages low. Leave her, Johann, leave her. I guess it's time for us to go, and it's time for us to leave her.